In January of 2025, I set a goal to walk from Orlando, Florida to the Hollywood sign out in California. It's 2,533 miles away, and I plan to walk it all across the country. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you why I'm doing this, how I'm keeping track of everything, how it's going to affect my health, and how you can actually check up on my progress and how you can create your own challenge just like this one. Hi, I'm Rebecca, and I am a busy mom on a health journey to become metabolically healthy. So if you want to lose weight with me, build muscle, have more energy, and really make your brain work a little bit better, then I hope you will subscribe. So this is all in theory, right? I'm not actually going to physically walk from Orlando all the way across the country to California. I can't do that. Like I said, I'm a busy mom and I have to take care of things around the house. However, I did plot it out and I am going to do this in theory. So I'm going to share with you exactly what's going on with it. So I track my miles with a Fitbit. I have the Fitbit Sense. I have had Fitbit. I should actually go back and see how many years it's been. It has been, it could even be a decade at this point. I don't know when Fitbit started, but I have had many different versions of Fitbits. I had the one that used to go in here. I had a different watch. Now I have this watch. I love this company. I love this tracker. It has been great. And so that's not sponsored or anything. I just really happen to like it. And because of the way it tracks and because of the way it syncs with your phone app, I'm actually able to tell every day throughout the day how many miles I have walked, what my daily average miles are, and even how many miles I walk year per year, which is awesome. So I can tell you, like right now, today, because I did do some working out, I did 3.42 miles today. And so far in this year, I have walked 144.6 miles, which is an average of 6.89 miles per day. So this is actually right on track with where I need to be in order for me in 365 days to get from Orlando, Florida to the Hollywood sign. It's about 2,500 miles. I need to do about 6.9 miles per day. Now, this isn't just exercise walks. This is all walking throughout the day. So if I have a very busy day, like let's say I go and help at the school, I will probably put miles upon miles on, I call it the PTA diet, because you don't have time to eat and you're burning 3,000 calories in the day. So if I help at school, I know no matter what, without doing any extra exercise, I am going to get in my 7 miles. But then there are other days where, I'm just kind of getting work done and doing things around the house. And so I'm going to need to do an exercise walk on top of that so that I can hit my target. So I'm doing about 7 miles per day. And this is, like I said, throughout the day. And this is a really fun way to get more steps in a day, but without tracking steps. I think we're all kind of over, you gotta do 10,000 steps. Some people do 20,000 steps. I'm over steps. I think it's silly to track steps. I think it's really fun to have an annual goal that I'm constantly working towards. And I will tell you, I set this goal up last year in 2024 and I did not hit it. I missed it by 500 miles. So that still means I did 2,000 miles in a year, which I still think is really good. But I did miss it. And I think it's really more of I kind of didn't make up. When you miss a day, which is inevitably going to happen, you really do need to kind of get back on track pretty quickly, because then one missed day turns into 2 missed days. And then it gets really hard at the end of the year. I would figure it out. I'm I can make this up. I can really do it. And I would look, I'm I need to walk 19 miles today in order to hit my goal by the end of the year. And clearly that's not going to happen. So it is something that I did attempt in the past, and now I'm attempting it for the second time. And I feel pretty confident. Again, it's still early in the year, but I feel pretty confident that I will be able to hit it this year because I see where my pitfalls were, and now I know I can do it. So one of the ways that I can stay motivated and track my progress, besides just looking at a number in my app, is I set milestones, which is actually really fun. So I go on the map and I look, at the USA map, and I just basically plot, I'm going to look at it here on my notes. So like if I walk from Orlando to Tallahassee, that's 258 miles. I didn't get there yet. I'm about halfway there at this point. Once I get there, I'll check that milestone off and I know that I will have walked from Orlando to Tallahassee. Then the next stop is Mobile, Alabama, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Houston, San Antonio, Fort Stockton, which I forget where that is. That might be Texas also. I don't remember. Oh, I guess it is, because next one's El Paso, then Tucson, Arizona, Palm Springs, California, and Los Angeles. And so by the time I end up there, I will have walked my 2,500 plus miles. It's like 2,533, and then another, if you go to Los Angeles, it's 2,540. So whatever, it's within a few miles from each other. So I set those milestones to help keep me motivated, and this will also be a way for you to see my progress. So I have a free Biohack This Mom resources guide that I have a link to down in the description. It's totally free. You don't need to give me your email or anything. Just click on it and it will take you to like a web page, but it's a Google Doc that you can take a look at. And this is where I have all of my free resources, my supplements, my morning protein shake, like all the things that I do go in there, and all of the discount links to all of the products that I recommend. But in there, I also have a tracker toward this goal. So if you are curious where I am at in my journey, I will be constantly updating that, and hopefully you'll check that document out anyway, because it has some good stuff in there for you completely free. Now, if you want to set this up for yourself, all you have to do is figure out where you're starting from and where you want to go. Now, you may not want to be as aggressive as I am, especially if you're just getting started with this goal. So maybe you only want to do a 500-mile goal or something like that. Then just look where you are on the map and see how far you can go in 500 miles. Now, you could also decide that it's not from where you started. So you can say, I'm going to walk from New York to Miami, however many miles that is. I'm going to walk all of Route 66. I'm going to walk the perimeter of the Grand Canyon. Like, you can pick any physical goal that you want and then find out how many miles that is on the interwebs and break it down with milestones in between, and then just add up those miles along the way so that you know. You obviously will need something to track yourself. So if you have a Fitbit, great. If you have an Apple Watch, that will probably help too. I'm not exactly sure how those work. I don't have one. And then if not, you may want to do some other kind of like manual pedometer, or maybe if you have something that tracks your steps, maybe you can like do the math and say how many steps is a mile. Like, there's ways that you can kind of figure it out to figure out your tracking. But I think it's a really fun, exciting way to keep yourself accountable, to make sure that you're moving throughout the day so that you know that by the end of the day, if you hit your target, you not only got your steps, but again, let's get away from the steps and think about how much are we actually moving, and miles is a different way to look at it. And that just makes sure that you're off your booty, you're moving your body, and that's a good thing. So it's one of those kind of loose, non-threatening kinds of goals where it's not super intense and you can make it as long or as short as you want. So I do walk with my weighted vest. So I don't do all of the miles with the weighted vest, because there's time where I'm like, doing stuff in the kitchen and I do have my weighted vest on, or I'll go for a walk with my weighted vest. And then sometimes I don't have it on, but I do try to have it on as much of the time as I can. I also listen to audiobooks while I'm doing the walking. So I'm trying to not only accomplish my walking goal, but I'm also accomplishing my learning goals, because most of the books I listen to are business books, they're health books, and these are things that, I want to do to push myself forward. And so my goal for this year is 25 books in 2025. So if you want to join me on that journey, you can too. And this also helps me get about 1 to 2 hours of outside time per day, which is also a goal of mine. It is important to get that sunlight in your eyes, to get fresh air, to look at the horizon and not just like a short up close screen. When you're doing this, you're getting a lot of like narrow vision, and supposedly this is not good for us, and that we should be looking out into the horizon and like looking at the trees. It also helps with like supposedly when you're looking at nature, it is all different kinds of shapes and it's not just like clean lines and things. And so that is also good for your eyesight. So I try to make sure that I'm, scanning the horizon with my eyes back and forth, and I'm looking up close and then far away to kind of help with my eyesight as I'm doing these walks. I walk backwards for a portion of my walks, which helps supposedly your knees and just keeping your body in good shape as you get older. And sometimes I even just walk around in the backyard barefoot. So I'm getting some grounding in and getting some of that, touching the earthing in, which is something that I used to do a lot more. I've been doing it a lot less, but I do like the idea of it. I don't know how much it actually helps, but I do think that why not? And I get the sunlight in my eyes, as I said, and the horizon stuff. So these are all really good extra bonuses that come along with this goal. Now, of course, you could do this goal in your house or on a treadmill at the gym and never see the light of day. But I do really try to incorporate outside walking along with just my daily activities that I do a lot of times inside the house. So that's kind of how I feel like it's going to be affecting my health. I'm not doing a lot of high intensity, long duration cardio because I am really trying to build muscle. And so a lot of the people that I listen to out in the YouTube world say that you really should give your body the signal of the resistance training and not so much the cardio, because that will pare down muscle. So while I'm in this building muscle phase, while I am in this weight loss phase, while I'm really working to narrow down the inches on my waistline so that I can reach my goal of becoming metabolically healthy, these are all things that kind of fall in line with the walking versus doing other kinds of like elliptical cardio or just running on a treadmill or things like that. So that's what I'm doing. Again, please consult your physician. Please consult a medical professional. I'm just giving you ideas. I'm just giving you information, education of what I'm doing so that you might say, maybe I want to look into this for myself. I'm wishing you guys great health. I hope that you are on a health journey and that you are working your way towards a better brain, a better body, and just overall good health. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.